Today we're having Acme Oyster House inspired roast beef debris sandwiches. And it starts with the perfectly cooked roast. We're going to cook our roast. I'm going to roast a roast in the oven on 350 degrees for about probably 6+ hours.
Longer the better.
Yeah, the longer the better, till it falls off, till it basically falls apart. So how I prepare my roast and get them tasting the way I like to taste it, I take beef broth. It's real simple. A lot of people do this a different way, and they really, some people like to sear it, and some people, like to overcomplicate cooking. I'll put this roast up against any other roast. Wouldn't you say, Lisa?
Oh my God, yes.
It's tasty. And it's a whole without all the nonsense. So, what's got less flavor than water?
Nothing.
Nothing. So, that's why I use beef broth or stock. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of water to get the depth that I need, the amount of liquid that I need, because I only have 2 boxes of the beef broth. Okay, we're going to add in the onions. Chopped onions. I chopped 2 onions. Put that in there. Okay, we got our roast. We're using a grain-fed Angus beef, USDA. Roast. It's got a good enough amount of fat in it, but it doesn't have too much to where it just gets in the way.
That's a big roast. This is 6 pounds.
6 pounder, yeah. So we're just gonna open this up. Like I said, I got the oven preheating at 350.
And there it goes. It's ready.
So this is basically like a braise. I'm gonna be braising it, cooking it in its juices in water. Okay, I like to take fat side up. I'm going to lay that down in there like that. Clean as we go. Okay, wash my hands. Now we're going to season it. Always start out with good old Creole seasoning. Tony Chachere's. Put that in there. I don't really measure it, so I don't know what to tell you on that. Just good luck. I just know how to season it to taste, but I'd probably say, if I had to guess, a couple tablespoons of salt, a couple tablespoons of this, a couple tablespoons of black pepper, maybe 1 if you don't like a lot of pepper. Okay, now, one of the main things we're going to do, I like to do, it really flavors up the roast, is onion soup mix. I use 2 packages of that today, which is 1 box. 2 packages in 1 box. I use both for a roast this size.
Yeah, if you have a smaller roast, probably just 1.
You just kind of throw it around in there, like so. It really adds a good richness to the stock. It really flavors it up nicely. Kind of adds to it. Okay, get it in there. Pick it up a little bit. Okay. And that's it for now. Put the lid on it. Stick it in the oven, 350 on the highest to fit this big boy in there. Alright, now what I'll do, hey Zoe, what I'll do is I'll check it periodically, and I'll taste the stock. And if I'm happy with it, I'll leave it alone. If not, I'll add whatever it needs, salt, pepper, Tony's, whatever. Okay, and then about the halfway point, I'm going to add a thickening agent to the stock so that it kind of thickens it up, gives me that gravy consistency that I'm looking for.
All right.
So I'll show you that when we get there.
All righty.
Okay, so we're going to check the roast. It's been in for about 5.5 hours. We're going to give it a little look. We got here. Oh, Lord mercy.
Oh, that's a pretty thing right there.
Let's model it for the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm looking for, look at that beautiful coloring of the gravy. That's all, or the au jus, the drippings. Just gonna kind of poke at it and see how she feels. Okay, so we're gonna remove this a little bit later. I'm gonna leave it on there for right now because we want the juices from the fat. Okay, so just gonna kind of give it a little, you see how it's starting to pull apart? Oh.
It's starting to pull apart.
Well, still got a little ways to go. It should be even easier than that. But it's pulling apart, and it's tasty. And you could eat it like that. This would make good sliced roast beef. But,
We want it to fall apart, huh?
we're going to just barely touch it and just blop. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and thicken up the gravy now. And then put it back in and cook it the rest of the way. How I'm going to do that is just use some flour, about a cup. A little cold water in here. Pour this in. Like that. Get that little bit that's stuck to the bottom there. Put that in there. Clumps up, no big deal, it'll break apart. So that's why I wanted to mix it in the cup, because it takes all the clumps out. Okay, so we'll let that thicken. Color's okay for now. We'll let it cook, see how it goes on the next, when we take it up next, okay?
Alrighty.
Put it back in. And we'll check it in about an hour or two.
Okay, so notice you turned the temperature down.
Yeah. I cook it about halfway at 350, and then I'll cut it down to about 225, and just let it ride out nice and slow.
Low and slow.
Low and slow makes for the most tender roast beef you could ever lay your lips on. Okay, I'm gonna check the roast. It's been another hour. Like.
It smells incredible.
Yeah, I wish you guys could smell it. It is incredible. Slowly getting there.
Yeah, it's gonna get even more.
Yep, still got a ways to go.
Yep.
Yeah, see how it's just a little bit thicker than what it was.
Yep.
Kind of coats the back of the spoon. It's just a little bit thicker. I'll let that cook a little while longer, and then I'm probably going to go back. So you can tell that's thicker.
Yeah.
I may add maybe a little bit more flour to it. Right now I'm okay with this. I want to let this ride. And let it continue to cook low and slow.
So we'll check it another hour from now, huh?
Check it every hour until it's done.
Yep, don't rush it.
Don't rush it.
Another hour and a half goes by.
Oh yeah.
Don't get in a hurry when cooking these roasts. Cook them the day before.
Yeah, we're obviously not eating this tonight. We're just getting the roast done tonight. So, let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Looking good.
Yeah, we put this on at noon. It's 8 o'clock. It's beautiful. Oh yeah. See how it's shredding now? That's what you want. I think it's done now, honey.
Yeah, you could shred it right now, which is what I'm going to do, and just get it. I'm going to tear it all apart. You see how it's coming apart? All right, so what we'll do is let's get the fat off. I'm going to take scrape all the fat off, put it aside, shred it, and once it gets good and shredded, I'll put the lid back on it, cook it for, I don't know, about another hour, and then pull it out, let it cool, and it's done. It could be done right now, but I'll let it cook in the juices, shredded for about another hour. It's gonna hurt it.
Nope.
Just make it better.
Yeah, we're not eating it tonight, so we got all the time.
Yeah. So.
So it's all shredded up now.
Still shredding, but yeah, this is what you're gonna want to look for. You need some good shredded meat. All that shredded down real good. The gravy's just about good consistency. And as it cooks a little longer, it's gonna continue to reduce and thicken up even more. So I think this is pretty good. I'm happy with this, the way it turned out. It's just about perfect. Tastes amazing, and I wish you could smell it because it's off the charts smelling good.
Oh yeah.
Let it cool down just enough to get it, put it in the refrigerator, and then we'll reheat it up in the oven tomorrow. And you talk about perfect.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Okay, so we're getting ready to prep the bread, and I have good freshly baked French bread from the bakery, and we're gonna cut this to size and then cut it in half. So we're gonna make sandwiches about this size here. And then you're gonna go in here. And don't go all the way through to where you can open it up.
And once again, most importantly, don't cut yourself.
Don't cut yourself. And then we're gonna butter these and put them in the oven to get that golden brown. I'm gonna get room temperature butter and butter both sides of the bread. And then we're gonna put it in the oven and broil it.
Until it's
Golden brown.
golden brown. Keep an eye on it because it goes fast.
It will burn if you're not careful.
Probably maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes,
Yeah,
somewhere in that neighborhood.
Just keep your eye on it.
Keep your eye on it, yep.
Perfectly browned buttered bread. All right, Jay, show us this roast.
Okay, so this is the finished product. Nicely shredded roast. You saw how the when I added the flour in the water, how it kind of thickened the gravy up to this consistency.
Oh yeah.
That's a good consistency. And as it cools down just a little bit, you know, it'll thicken and congeal a little bit better. So, but if it's too thick, you won't have a debris sandwich.
That's right.
Okay, because you got to get some of that debris falling off of there. That good roast beef goodness. But if you could smell this right now, and better yet, if you could taste a little piece of this.
That's roast beef perfection, isn't
Stick
it?
that between your cheek and gum. Wow. That's candy.
All right, let's build this beautiful sandwich.
Sandwich just ain't a sandwich without the tangy taste of Miracle Whip.
That's right.
We're looking for sponsors, by the way. Okay, so you gotta have, if some people like mayo, I like mayo too. I just happen to have the Miracle Whip on hand, and to me that's my mayo of choice for a debris sandwich because it's got that sweetness in it that really complements the savoriness of that beef. So once you put the mayo on, we're gonna put some shredded lettuce on there. And again, I've said it before, if it falls over, no problem. This is a debris sandwich after all. Get you some fresh cut tomatoes. All right, then you're gonna come over here. This is where you cue the food porn music. You're gonna slather that right over the top, just like that. Be generous.
Oh yeah. That's beautiful.
Okay. And close it up.
Oh my gosh.
There you go.
Yep, that's food heaven. And
Acme Oyster House. My take on Acme Oyster House debris sandwiches.
And
Roast beef debris sandwiches.
And what are you serving these with?
Gonna serve these with. Last time we did the crawtators with the Cajun fried shrimp. This time we're gonna do the New Orleans kettle style voodoo. This one's actually my #1 favorite. The crawtators, close second. If you haven't tried these, do yourself a favor. I promise you, you will thank us. They're awesome.
Okay, there's the finished product. Look at that beautiful sandwich. This sandwich is amazing. It is as good as Acme Oyster House's, if not better. And you can see it's very juicy. But look.
Down the hatch.
Mmm.
Good?
So good.
All right. Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Cool. Glad you enjoyed it.
When you serve this, serve it with a roll of paper towels. I've already gone through.
It's messy. They don't call it a debris sandwich for nothing.
That's right.
But it's definitely living up to its name.
If it's not dripping, you didn't.
It's not right. Paper towels, folks.